Hey, it's Ryan, helping the world with social skills. Today I'm going to go through a really important body language tip. This is one of the most powerful tips on social skills in my opinion. I would say it ranks somewhere between 10th and 30th most powerful tips for social skills. So when you first see someone, whether that's you're meeting this person for the first time or it's someone you know already, maybe even for years, and you're trying to find out where they are, then you see them and you say, hey, how's it going? Right at the start of the interaction, and remember the interaction starts not when someone starts talking, it starts once one person is aware that the other person is there or exists. Right at the start, give a big, genuine smile. This makes a really huge difference to how the interaction goes. In social situations, the impact that you're able to make on what someone thinks of you and the normal style of interaction that you're having, whether someone is cold to you, whether they're bullying you, or they think you're all kinds of different things. You can make a bigger change if it's closer towards the start. That's why people always talk about the first impression. In my opinion, the first impression is a bit oversimplified because the second impression is also important, just not as much, and the third one is still important, but not as much. Some of you may be familiar with the exponential curve on a graph in maths. So you see that right here with my amazing editing skills. So an exponential curve just means that something increases and it increases faster and faster. What lots less people know is a curve called exponential decay, which you can see here. That's how social situations work with regards to what I'm talking about. Right at the start, you can have a really huge impact on changing what someone thinks of you or how they're acting towards you. As time goes on, it rapidly gets more difficult to change, and after a long time, then it starts to get really difficult to change anything. So that means that the closer towards the start of the interaction that something happens, and bear in mind this applies for a broader time over you've known someone, like years even, and for that interaction, both of those. The closer towards the start, the more impact what you do is gonna have, whether that's in a good or a bad way. By giving a big, genuine smile right at the start, you set the frame that you are being friendly, you're also confident as well, right at the start, which makes a huge difference. If you start doing this, once you've done it, probably not even many times, definitely after roughly 20 times trying, and you haven't been doing this before, I can guarantee you will see a big difference to how things go. So let me just go through the difference between a genuine smile and a false smile. So a genuine smile, as opposed to a false smile, starts and ends more slowly. The top half of the face smiles. So this part here, people might say the eyes are smiling, so it's the muscles around the eyes, there's pupil dilation and stuff as well. It tends to be more symmetrical and it's more likely to show teeth as well. Those two first parts are stronger evidence, I would say. The top half of the face is a lot harder to consciously control, so it's a more reliable indicator for body language. When you're reading body language, because this will also help you to read people's smiles, is it real or is it not? Make sure to remember that you almost never want to look at just one piece of evidence and make a conclusion. Unless it's something that's really blatant, make sure to look for multiple things and be a bit of a detective before you start to conclude, okay, if they're feeling like this. Body language shows emotions and intentions, unless you're doing sign language or something, obviously. A false smile is the opposite of those things. It will start and end quickly, it tends to be less symmetrical, the eyes don't smile, and it's less likely to show teeth. First of all, a false smile isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, most of the time it's a good thing still. It depends on the situation. A lot of the time, a false smile is used in situations, something along the lines of two people pass each other in a tight space, they give each other a quick smile, just to show that they're not being hostile to each other. So even though it's not a real smile, it was faked, it's for a good reason. The intention behind it is good and the result is usually good. They don't think the other person is being hostile. Obviously, in some cases, this might be an indicator that someone is lying or not being genuine with you. doesn't like you as much, etc., etc. Or on the opposite side of the spectrum, you can tell that person actually liked what I said, they thought my joke was funny, etc., etc. So that will help you to read whether someone is giving a genuine smile or a false smile. My tip that I'm giving you is for you to create body language though. So what I wouldn't do is treat yourself like a puppet and go, okay, make sure that my teeth are showing, and think like that and think consciously about changing your body language. That could be helpful to do to a degree, but the majority of your focus, if you want to control your own body language, should be on controlling your emotions. This mistake, as far as I can tell from speaking to people loads and loads constantly about social skills, is something that more than 90% of people, possibly even verging on 99% of people, make this mistake. They think, okay, I want to come across confident, or I want to come across interested, or whatever their aim is, and they're thinking, how do I look confident, or how do I look interested? The bulk of your focus should be on how to actually be confident, or how to actually be interested, with a minority of it on thinking about the anatomical parts of body language. The whole point of body language in the first place is to help humans communicate effectively to each other in terms of intention and emotion, which is the majority of what's going on. The details in the words and stuff are actually the minority of the interaction. So based on that, it makes complete sense that the most effective way to change your own body language is to change your own emotions. All of the time you're displaying body language anyway, subconsciously most of the time, that is based off your current emotional state. Almost entirely, it can be based off of, if you're in an enclosed space, you have closed body language or something, but it's almost entirely based on what your emotions are. The purpose of this evolutionarily is so that we can effectively communicate and cooperate. So to give a real, genuine smile to someone, the emotions that I would suggest aiming for, either happiness or humor. Here's how I do it. I recognize that I'm about to meet this person, and for happiness, I think of reasons why I'm happy to see them. And for humor, I'll think of reasons why this situation is funny. I personally find social skills in general quite funny, because I sort of see it as everyone is basically just an evolved chimpanzee trying to act civilized and all just doing primal stuff. Bear in mind with controlling your emotions also, the second that you set an objective in your mind to change your emotions, you already partly complete the objective. So for example, if you decide, okay, I'm going to try to be happy now, you will straight away increase your happiness a bit. There might be other stuff happening that is more overpowering, and ultimately you don't end up becoming happier perhaps, but you can always change your emotions at least slightly just by intending to. So setting the intention to, okay, generate happiness so that I can generate a real smile, and then also adding on the move of reasons why I'm happy to see them, or for humor, why this situation's funny. If you're not in the best mood, I wouldn't suggest that you really try to force this smile, but don't think of it as a binary thing, as either you give a big genuine smile or you don't smile at all. Remember, there's middle ground. You can have a bit more of a genuine smile than you were going to, and it's still going to make a huge impact because it's right at the start of the situation, usually before talking even starts. One thing I recommend in the social skills coaching, which you can do by yourself as well, is to make a short list on your notes in your phone. Maybe another way if you feel like that might work better for you, but I think phone is best because it's convenient. And just write down in a short form the most powerful tips for social skills. You might add ones that are more personal to you, to what you want to work on at the moment. You can also even throw in other stuff to do with your life or whatever, and then read through it every day, 3 times a day if you're more serious about improving. This one obviously can be added to it. I've got a list that I send to people sometimes of the top 10 most powerful social skills tips, in my opinion, at the moment, and it hasn't changed much for the last 5 years now, so I'm pretty sure that these are the most effective ones. I'm going to increase it to 20 or 30 soon, and this one will probably be in it, so this is definitely worth doing. My goal is to help the world become a better place by teaching people social skills. If you support my mission, or you like my stuff and you want social skills tips, then make sure to like and subscribe. We offer a free trial session of one-to-one social skills coaching. You can apply for that by going to the website, socialshortcuts.com, link in the description. We have a WhatsApp group chat you can join if you want to, where we discuss social skills. I'm in here, answer people's questions and stuff. That's in the description too. And finally, we have a video course on how to not run out of things to say in conversations and how to overcome nervousness, which if you're very clever, probably would have worked out. There's also a link in the description for that one too. So I'll see you guys soon for some more social skills tips.